Welcome to
Edu Addicts,
where today we're diving into the fascinating world of some of the most impressive and, honestly, kind of terrifying snakes on Earth, the cobras. We're talking about 10 different species, from the iconic Indian cobra to the absolutely remarkable spitting cobras.
The diversity among cobra species is just mind-blowing. You know what's really interesting? The king cobra isn't actually a true cobra at all. It's in its own genus, Ophiophagus, which literally means snake eater.
Wait, what? Not a true cobra?
Yeah, that's right. While true cobras belong to the genus Naja, the king cobra is actually its own thing. But it's still the longest venomous snake in the world, reaching up to 18 feet in length.
That's absolutely massive. So what about these true cobras then?
Well, let's start with the Indian cobra, Naja Naya. It's probably the most well-known species, the one you see with the snake charmers, although, that's actually a pretty problematic practice.
Right, because of animal welfare concerns.
You know what's fascinating about cobras in general? They've played this huge role in Asian mythology and religion. Like in Hinduism, the cobra is seen as a divine protector.
Oh, really? Tell me more about that.
Well, Lord Shiva is often depicted with a cobra around his neck, and the snake god Shesha is believed to hold all the planets of the universe in its hood.
That's incredible. But let's talk about these spitting cobras, because that's wild to me. How does that even work?
Oh man, spitting cobras are just fascinating. So we've got the black-necked Mozambique and Indochinese spitting cobras. They can actually project their venom up to 2 meters away, targeting the eyes of potential threats.
2 meters? That's basically across a room.
Exactly. And here's what's really cool. They've actually evolved specialized venom delivery systems. Their fangs have these modified openings that create a fine spray instead of a stream.
It's like nature's pepper spray.
That's actually a really good comparison. And you know what's even more impressive? They can hit a target with incredible accuracy.
Speaking of impressive, I've heard something about mongooses and cobras. What's that whole deal about?
Oh, well, that's actually really interesting. Mongooses have this amazing ability to fight cobras. They're quick enough to dodge strikes, and they've even developed a certain resistance to cobra venom.
Nature's own little antivenom factory, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of venom, let's talk about the Philippine cobra. It's considered one of the most venomous of all cobra species.
How venomous are we talking about here?
Well, a single bite can contain enough venom to kill 20 people. Its venom is primarily neurotoxic, meaning it attacks the nervous system.
That's terrifying.
But here's something really interesting. Cobra venom is actually being studied for potential medical applications.
Wait, what? How does that work?
Well, researchers are looking at using modified versions of cobra venom components for pain management and even potentially fighting cancer cells.
So something that dangerous could actually help save lives?
Exactly. It's all about understanding and harnessing these compounds in the right way.
Let's talk about the forest cobra. What makes it special?
The forest cobra is actually Africa's largest cobra species. It's known for being particularly alert and, defensive.
Defensive how?
Well, when threatened, it can raise up to a third of its body length off the ground and spread an impressive hood. It's quite a sight.
And what about the Chinese cobra? That's another well-known species, right?
Yes, and it's actually facing some serious conservation challenges. Habitat loss and, collection for traditional medicine have really impacted their numbers.
That seems to be a common theme with a lot of these species.
Unfortunately, yes. The Samar cobra, which is found only in the Philippines, is particularly vulnerable because of its limited range.
So what's being done to protect these species?
There are various conservation efforts in place, but one of the biggest challenges is actually changing people's attitudes towards these snakes.
Right, because people tend to just see them as dangerous.
Exactly. But they're actually incredibly important for ecosystem balance. They help control rodent populations, which is crucial for agriculture.
Let's talk about the Cape cobra. That's another interesting one.
The Cape cobra is fascinating because it shows such variety in coloration. You can find them in yellow, brown, black, and even speckled forms.
Almost like nature's color variants.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that these different colors can actually occur in the same population.
You mentioned earlier about the evolution of spitting cobras. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh yeah, this is fascinating. So spitting cobras actually develop their ability to spit venom independently multiple times in different species. It's a perfect example of convergent evolution.
Multiple times? That's incredible.
Right? And each time it evolved, it was in response to the same kind of pressure, the need to defend against predators from a distance.
It's like they all independently came up with the same solution.
Exactly. And their venom actually evolved to be more painful rather than lethal when spat because it's used for defense rather than hunting.
That makes so much sense, actually.
And you know what's really interesting about the Mozambique spitting cobra specifically?
What's that?
It's actually known to be one of the most adaptable cobra species. It can thrive in various habitats, from savannas to urban areas.
Wait, urban areas? Like near people?
Yeah, and that's actually becoming a bigger issue as human settlements expand into their natural habitat.
That must create some challenges.
It really does. But you know what's encouraging? There are more and more programs teaching people how to coexist safely with these snakes.
That's really important work.
It is. And it's crucial because every cobra species we've discussed today plays a vital role in its ecosystem.
Even if they're a bit scary.
Well, yeah, they deserve our respect, certainly, but also our protection.
Absolutely. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of cobras.
And we've really only scratched the surface of what makes these species so remarkable.
That's true. There's so much more to learn about these amazing creatures.
And hopefully, as we understand them better, we can ensure their survival for future generations.
Well, that's all we have time for today on Cobras. Thanks for joining us for this fascinating exploration of the world's most impressive cobra species. Until next time.